Or was it
It
Angels
was the
Camp?
Native Sons Hall in Murphy's.
No, the retail growth meeting.
Oh, that was at the firehouse.
That was the other meeting you went to last night.
All right.
Yeah.
And we would like to welcome our cable audience tonight. So I guess we can kind of do our... Should we do our little intros
Yes,
again?
sure.
Welcome to the celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County. And we are here at beautiful Greenhorn Creek.
Yes.
Overlooking one of the tee boxes that where you do a water shot over top of one of the lakes out here. So I assume there's probably quite a few balls that have been lost in that lake over the...
Yes, sure there have been. We thought, as the summer nights are coming, we might as well start doing some more on locations, right?
I know, that's
It
right.
seems like every time we do it on location, that gets delayed at
Yeah,
cable.
we have
apologize for that.
have a little gremlin on it, but hey, I think we're worked out now and it's rolling. So I want to thank you for
stopping by. And we have a lot to talk about tonight.
We do.
We had the Angels Camp retail growth meeting, which we were just talking about to our internet viewers yesterday afternoon. That was held in Angels Camp at the Angels Camp Firehouse, and that was put on by Buxton. What was the name of the company?
It was the Buxton Company, and the lady that did the presentation did a great job. And this is the company that did this is the leading company in the U.S. as far as scouting retail locations. Now, they work both sides of this fence. They have clients who are locations trying to attract retailers, and they also have retailers who are trying to decide on the best locations. Very interesting stuff on... Some of it was common sense on defining your market, and if you're in an incorporated town like Angels Camp, your market is obviously much bigger than your population base, because if you're doing retail in Angels Camp, you're going to pull all the way up from Bear Valley, from San Andreas, up from Copper, because you're going to pull from a wide range of areas, because Angels Camp is becoming, I guess, has been for a lot of years, the crossroads as they head up the hill.
Yes, exactly. So it was well attended, packed house, lasted a couple of hours. We have full video of that meeting if you'd like to take a look at that. We were able to videotape the whole meeting, correct?
Yes.
We have actually, we broadcasted it live yesterday
afternoon.
We
pushed it out live. And you can also tell that economic development is starting to really pick up steam in the county. Because not only did, I know this was put on by Angels Camp, but not only did you have the Angels Camp city council members there and other members from the Angels Camp administrative staff, you also had most of the board of supervisors. The only supervisor that was absent was Bill Claudino. All the other supervisors were in attendance.
Chamber of Commerce, correct?
Chamber of Commerce, Diane Gray, several members of the Chamber board. So I think you can tell that, in some ways, in a soft economic time, you can tell that people are really starting to key in on things that we can do as a county to improve the economic environment.
Yes, so that went on yesterday at 3 o'clock. And before that, we had the Board of Supervisors meeting where they made the presentation for the Parent Leadership Awards.
And this was, you want to talk about this one?
Sure.
This was a pretty cool thing.
Across the country, February was designated as National Parent Leadership Month. The Prevent Child Abuse Calaveras Council took that opportunity to honor community members who have improved the lives of children and families in Calaveras County. Hello. National Parent Leadership Month was created for two reasons. And these awards were presented by Tammy Beilstein. Let me see what I have it here. I have it pulled up here somewhere. Right. These awards were presented by Tammy Beilstein of the HRC.
Okay.
Let me see. Okay. National Parent Leadership Month was created for two reasons: to educate the public about the strength and importance of family and community, to encourage professionals, policymakers, and other community members to partner with parents to address issues that affect children and families. So they presented all the awards yesterday, and this year's honorees were presented awards at this morning's Board of Supervisors meetings. The list of wonderful community members are Brandon, should I read them again?
Sure. Brandon
Stonecipher, Joe and Anna Gates.
These are District 1, right?
Yes. No, this is all of them. I'm just going to go ahead and read all of them.
Got it. All right.
Joe and Anna Gates, Susain Srail, Ann Waithman, Denise Moat, Dave and Jean Hector, Karen Maines, Catherine Eustace, Amy Roll, Dan and Maureen Sider, Gail Bungie, Jean De Herrera, Hal and Janice Dillashaw, Mary Lears, LaDonna Cooterer, Elizabeth Burns, Samantha Hamilton, remember her from Mountain Oaks School, Esperanza Jimenez, Carmen Oliverieta, Michael and Joanna Schwinghammer, and we have up on our site we have about 30 pictures of each
of all the attendees who were present
receiving their award, and also a brief bio on each person, which was prepared by Tammy Beilstein as well. What else happened at the Board of Soups yesterday? I wasn't there. So.
The study session in the afternoon was on ag land, and this was the different things on ag preserves and everything else. And this has, for a lot of the open space and the ag landholders, this was quite a significant piece.
Okay.
Also at the Board of Soups. In yesterday's Soups, there was the usual public comments where there was some citizens that had issues that they wanted to bring before the Board of Supervisors. But I think yesterday was one of those meetings that was a lighthearted meeting. Where it was congratulatory for parents and that type of stuff. So it was a very very nice event.
So it was a light meeting, but a full meeting at the same time, right?
It was.
Correct.
It was.
Okay, so
it was a light but full meeting.
Yes, light but full meeting. So we have all of the photos and participants' bios and all that on the pinetree.net. Also, is that all you want to talk about for Board of Soups? Are we done with that?
Well, we did economic development and Angels Camp. We did the Board of Soups.
And then last night we did...
Last night was the first...
It was a full day yesterday.
The first full... Now, these are going to be done by district. This was the first District 4 Candidates Night, and this one was sponsored by the Mountain Chronicle, and they had all 4 candidates for the District 4 office there. There was Sarah Lunsford,
Tom
Tryon, Ron Klass, Lee Seaton, and all of them, and it was the fairly structured debate format.
Very structured, wasn't it?
2-minute openings.
The gal the timing she was quite structured, I hear.
I think she had everyone scared at the end. You don't want to go over your allotted time.
And we do have full video of that for your
video of that
pleasure.
is up, and
take a look at what these candidates have to say about their platforms.
Yep.
Correct.
And there will be more. If you missed last night's, and you watched the video, but there also will be more. There will be. The Chamber of Commerce will be sponsoring some. I believe the Calaveras Enterprise is going to hold some. And also the Sheriff's Auxiliary is going to hold this one should be a fun one, a combined one where all of the candidates, and this will be held in San Andreas, so we'll get everybody in the same room.
Which I think is important, because I haven't heard any in the other districts having meet and greets. Have you?
I think they're all starting to get scheduled now.
Okay, good. Well, that's good. We
will be finishing
up in the background.
We will be finishing up the rest of our interviews with all the different candidates. So if you happen to be watching this and you're a candidate, we haven't contacted you yet,
we're just busy. That's all.
And get us scheduled, and we'll get you scheduled and get you up.
Yes. We will be doing one with Gary. What is his name?
Tofinelli.
Gary Tofinelli. He is a District 1 candidate that is running for supervisor. He lives in Valley Springs. We'll be doing an interview with him next. Ron Klass is also on the schedule. So we hope to get to all the candidates. We also have the results in for Tom's Classic Cross Country Race, which was held on Saturday. I'll just ramble off the
Kim
first
follows
5.
this one because she thinks some of the entrants are cute. So that was my...
For
some reason, she really...
No, we hadn't talked about the results yet. We talked about the one person that won, but I didn't have the results.
Anyway.
Stop it.
Okay, all right, never mind.
First place overall, Scott Fairman with a time of 27:23. And let me see. Second place, George Hall with a time of 29:13. Third place, Paul Peterson with a time of 29:23. And if you don't know, Paul Peterson is also the owner of Bear Valley Cross Country.
Yes, he is.
Very nice man. Fourth, Brian Schiffman. And fifth, John Feller. And those are the top 5 winners for Tom's race that was held in Bear Valley on April 5th.
And I'll be right back on camera. Kim's going to take you to the next little segment.
Also, the Reclamation announces public review and comment period for Phase 2 of proposed fee changes at New Maloney's Lake. This is something of a discussion that's been going on for quite a few months. The Bureau of Reclamation announces a public review and comment period for Phase 2 of a proposed new fee schedule at New Maloney's Lake under the Federal Lands Recreational Enhancement Act. Let me see. Under the REA, New Maloney's is the first reclamation-managed recreation area authorized to retain revenues collected on-site to enhance recreation facilities and services. Prior to REA, all revenues collected at New Maloney's went to federal treasury. New Maloney's plans to implement changes to its fee program in 2 phases, Phase 1 and Phase 2. The comment period for Phase 1 ended on April 4th. Reclamation is now consolidating the comments received on the proposed Phase 1 fees, which may include proposed camping fees of $18 for standard campsites, which is a $2 increase, proposed camping fees of $14 for walk-in campsites, which is a $2 increase, and proposed RV dump station fees of $8 for registered campers and $15 for other users.
$15 to dump? Oh, man. That ain't right.
A decision on the proposed Phase 1 fees will soon be announced and posted on the New Maloney's website at www.usbr.gov/mp/ccao/field.
All right.
Well, we have that information on the site, too. And let me see. Implementation of the new Phase 1 fees is scheduled to begin on Thursday, May 1st, 2008. So you still have time to give them your input.
And we would like to thank Terry Slankard from the Cabin Realty in Dorrington for sending us photos yesterday of the Coca-Cola truck that
thank goodness the gentleman was not injured.
Yeah, minor injuries.
Yes.
But he decided to go four-wheeling in an 18-wheeler. Yeah. Right?
I don't think it was by choice.
Oh, well, I mean, they're opening up some of the Forest Service roads now.
God, that was scary. When you first read something like that, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I hope they're okay.
Yeah,
you know?
And he was. I mean, he actually hiked back out to the road. Otherwise, we wouldn't be making light of this.
I actually heard that he was taken to Mark Twain and then released last evening, so he's fine. Thank goodness for that.
So I think otherwise we wouldn't be making light of it.
And we were unsure if the trailer was full of Coca-Cola or not. He was about 60 feet off the embankment, correct? 40 feet off over the embankment. And from the photos that we,
it doesn't look like the trailer spilled apart, so it looks like it was in pretty good shape.
And that actually had Highway 4 closed for quite a few hours.
Yeah, there was intermittent closures because what they actually had to cut a tree because it was wedged back in there. It took two tow trucks. And they had intermittent closures of Highway 4s. They had to reposition equipment and get it pulled up. So we actually had some calls from some people who were working at Bear Valley going, "Hey, John, can we get home yet?"
I know traffic was slow for a while. Well, it was closed, then slow, and then finally opened last evening about 5:30, I think. This accident occurred around noon yesterday, didn't it? It's about 5 hours of closure.
Yeah, it was pretty busy for the.
Something else I wanted to mention that we haven't talked about enough is regards to the Matthew McCullough family. This is a young boy who is a 6th grader, 11 years old, a student at Avery Middle School who is suffering a brain tumor, medulloblastoma, that is malignant. Let me see. I have a little note from Matthew. They have set up a website for Matthew. They are residents of Arnold. Very nice family. There is a website, www.helpmatthew.com. If you'd like to, you can go to the site and send him letters. You can make contributions. I know they are in need of financial contributions as the father isn't able to work as much as he's like due to wanting to spend time with his son. I have a letter from Matthew I can read real quick if you'd like.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, my name is Matthew. My friends call me Matt. I'm 11 years old and in 6th grade. My favorite subject in school is math. My hobbies are hunting and fishing with my dad, camping with our family, playing baseball and football with my brother Michael, skiing and wakeboarding with my brother and sister Hannah, and helping my mom out. I also like to go to A's games, play cards, play video games, hang out with my friends, and spend time with my dogs, Bear, Bo, and Bella, and my fish, Beans, Rice, and Coco. I just finished playing basketball for my school and was getting ready to start up Little League Baseball, my favorite sport, when I started getting sick. My favorite baseball team is the Oakland A's, and my favorite football teams are the Oakland Raiders and the Green Bay Packers. On February 28th, I found out that I had a brain tumor, and I had to take a helicopter ride to Stanford Hospital for surgery. They removed the tumor, but on Thursday, March 6th, I found out the tumor was cancer. The name of my tumor is medulloblastoma, and it is malignant. I now need to have radiation and chemotherapy. I start my six-week radiation treatments on March 31st, and then we'll have chemotherapy for about 10 months afterward. I hope to feel better at the end of my treatments. My baseball coach said if I feel better, I can help him coach the pitchers this year. He actually is starting to play baseball. They have some nice.
He was there for opening day,
which was a couple days ago. On Saturday, they actually have a very nice website. Again, it's helpmatthew.com. They have pictures of can't even talk. The baseball game
Yeah.
that he participated in. He says, I'm a little worried about what people will think when I lose my hair, but I have a bunch of friends who said they are going to shave their heads when I do.
And some of them have already started.
Yes, they have.
And also, I think there's ways to donate on the website,
Yes.
and I think there will be some upcoming fundraisers
There
in
is
June.
one in June.
And I also think that the Calaveras Cancer Support Group will be setting up something to funnel funds through to the family, because because if you fund them through the support group, then the funds are actually tax deductible, because they have a 501c3 set up as a container to accept funds and then pass them on through. So if you want it tax deductible, there's
Yes,
a couple
we
of
do.
different
I
ways
guess,
to go.
Let me see. The web page has been created because many of you have expressed a desire to lend support to Matthew, Greg, Irene, Michael, and Hannah, the McCullough family. We have set up an account for those of you who wish to donate, help offset some of the crippling expenses not covered by medical insurance. You may use the button link. They have a button right on their site to make a secure contribution by credit card. Also, you may if you wish to add a comment to the guest book. Check back frequently for updates. And the last update was, I believe, on the 6th or 7th, that talks about the opening day of baseball.
Got
The
it.
city had a crowd at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So we'd really like to see the community come together for this family.
Yes. Now, I know lots of times it's tax season, so many of you are feeling stressed. Many of you are feeling stressed. But it's not only people that can feel stress, because Ken Churches has sent us an article this week, and stressed trees are vulnerable to boring insects.
So trees get stressed as well as humans. I didn't know that.
Yes. So that way, if a tree is stressed, it is susceptible to being bored as well.
Okay.
So if you're a
So
tree,
if it's stressed, it must be bored.
stress can lead to boredom.
Okay.
Okay.
So what does it say?
The 2008 summer growing season is looking to be a very dry situation. This adds incredible stress to our favorite trees. Boring insects, as opposed to lively ones, I guess, can literally sense when trees are under stress. In addition, stressed trees are less likely to be able to fend off an attack. Most of all, so if they're stressed, they're kind of distracted. They can't really see the attacker. All right. Most all trees can be attacked. It is critical that trees be planted correctly, irrigated appropriately, and fertilized regularly to avoid these stress issues. So,
thank you, Ken, for always sending us these wonderful
and these are
wonderful
great
home
articles.
and garden
We didn't mean to
articles.
make
Yes.
light of it, but it was
it's just kind of cute when I saw that stressed tree. So
yes. You don't want your trees feeling stressed.
and guess what we got? We
What did
got
we
the
get?
Calaveras Arts Council free concert summer series schedule.
Already.
Yes, already. Providing free music as a focal point for bringing people together in a community. As the Calaveras Council, this is what the Calaveras Arts Council has in mind.
Kim's feeling stressed.
17 years ago, when it was first, I'm just cold.
Or I thought you were
When
bored.
it was first presented, that too, no, I'm just kidding. It's summer series of music in the parks. Once again, starting June 18th until August 20th, the concerts will happen every Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. in a different town park. These concerts have become one of the most popular ongoing public summer events in the county. And we have the full schedule on thepinetree.net. See
Great.
that? It's actually,
There it is. It's
they
very
actually
nice.
call this a refrigerator schedule. So you can cut this right out, take it off print it off the pine tree, hang it on your fridge, so you know which concerts are coming up every Wednesday.
So when you were stress eating,
Who, when, and where. Yes.
you can
Yes, when you're
see
binge
it.
eating,
So when you're
you can.
binge eating,
Yes,
all right.
exactly.
Tiny little bit on national news, because what we'd like to have this is, we know that a half hour of your time is a good chunk of time to spend. So we would like to make it so a little touch on stuff. So if you only catch one newscast, make
Go
it this
ahead.
one.
You go ahead and talk
All right,
national.
okay.
You're good at that.
Airline inspections. FAA, if you've been following this stuff, the FAA has increased inspections of a lot of the different airliners, and there's over 1,000 plus passengers being affected right now. American cancels more than 1,000 flights. Wow. Airline misery may continue through June as they have a new round of inspections.
So does that mean the terror alerts are going up, or what's going on?
No, this is just inspections for that there may be some issues with the plane developing.
Okay.
Like this
great.
isn't has nothing to do with terror related. This is just an FAA equipment inspection.
Okay.
That's all this is.
All right.
And this is CBS and Couric are likely to split because we keep gaining in the ratings behind them.
We're catching up
so they're
with Couric,
catching up.
So watch out, Katie Couric. So they are likely to split. So what's going to happen?
And who knows? And as of Yahoo, and if you're following,
but I thought she had a contract.
She does. So she's not going to have to stand on a bread
line. You
line.
heard that CNN is doing something.
More stuff is CBS may actually farm out the reporting to CNN.
Okay.
So
she may go to CNN?
No.
Oh, she may just be gone altogether?
No, what they would do is they would keep their talking heads, okay. The nightly news, but all the people out in the field would no longer be CBS.
Okay. All right, okay.
So they would eliminate their field staff.
All right, that makes sense. Cut back costs, right?
I mean, so they could, that way, if they ever needed reporters in Calaveras County, we could fill in.
Yeah, we could fill in. Hey, why not?
Yeah.
We could be...
Right?
Here we are!
All right.
If you want to give us a jingle, news@thepinetree.net, we'd be happy to hear from you.
Okay. And more on the Yahoo saga as Yahoo tries to find ways to avoid being swallowed by Microsoft. Yahoo and Time Warner are close to closing on an AOL deal. Microsoft in talks with Murdoch News Corp about a joint Yahoo bid. So, and also Yahoo is also experimenting with a partnership with Google to do search, to display paid search on the Yahoo site.
Okay.
And gas and oil prices.
So they're going to call it Yahoo, huh?
Nah, they won't.
Who's this?
That's Monica Lewinsky.
Look at her.
I know.
Is that her now?
I think that's an older picture.
She's a little angry.
Yeah. But gas and oil prices have hit a new record, and the Monica Lewinsky questions keep following Chelsea Clinton.
Poor Chelsea.
On
she
the
can't get away from those
trail.
questions.
So, anyway, that's
you
a little bit...
You knew those questions were going to start. Now, what was Hillary doing there? She was giving somebody a hug. Was that her?
I think she was giving Elton a hug.
Okay.
She was. And also, we're going to edging up on weather, but there was a meth lab busted in San Andreas over the weekend. This is one to where there were 5 men arrested following a bust of a meth lab in San Andreas over the weekend. The incident was in an area located off Doster Road. There were 5. Most of them looks like all residents of the Central Valley, not residents. Looks like, but they did have equipment on hand to make 10 to 20 pounds per each cook.
Wow.
And they're each held in the Calaveras County Jail on $185,000 bail. And the missing persons case over in Tuolumne County has now been escalated to a murder charge. So the suspects, there's two brothers that have been charged with murder in the disappearance of Mr. Knight. So that's kind of
some new stuff we've been hearing about lately. You usually hear about this kind of stuff over in our neck of the woods. Don't like to hear that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So anyway, I guess we
need to go to weather.
We better go to weather.
Okay.
What do you got? Let
me see. I was just going to figure out what was going on. If there's anything going on tomorrow, we need to talk about. Let me see. There's a planning commission meeting tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. City of Angels. Dancing with the Stars continues at the Met in San Andreas. This looks like that's all for tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and Arnold weather, and it's down here tonight. There's a little bit of a breeze, a little chilly. There we go. Arnold weather, low of 39 tonight, 67 tomorrow, 45, 73, 76, 50, and 74 on Sunday. So it looks like a great, nice, warm weekend. Bear Valley, you got a little bit of snow, like an inch.
Hey,
it'll down to 29 tonight, 58 tomorrow, 33, 64. 69, and on pond skimming day, otherwise known as Saturday, it will be 68 degrees.
Reggae on the mountain. They're having all kinds of stuff going on Saturday.
So you can
which we'll
reggae
talk about later. You can reggae
while
out
you pond
to
skim.
the Ragamuffin Crew, I believe is the name of the band.
So you can reggae while you pond skim. Is that
pond skimming, reggae on the mountain?
All right.
I'm not sure what else.
Murphy's.
The Jib Jam Fest. That's
yes. More Murphy's 40, 69, 44, 76, 50, 78, 51, and 77. And for Angels Camp, San Andreas, Valley Spring, and Valley Springs, Copperopolis, and most of the low-lying areas, you should all be within a couple degrees of this. There will be some parts of the county that will crack 80 degrees this weekend.
Wow.
And you're looking at tonight 40, 70, 45, 76, 51, 79, 49, 78, and 49. So there will easily be on Saturdays many locations in the lower elevations that will crack 80 degrees.
Yes. Here we go.
So
We're headed for summer.
we are. So we got it in, but I guess we'll have the intros tagged in on the 10 o'clock one. But to now we just gotta talk.
Well, you're the one that was rushing into weather.
I
not
know.
me.
I wanted to. We were looking at our
Say.
minutes on. So now you can do a story.
Let me see here. There is a new business going into Angels Camp. This coming May, a new business that will be opening their doors to the public in downtown Angels Camp. On May 1st, Angels Camp World Mercantile will host their grand opening. Colorful signs line the inside of the windows that say, "The world comes to you May 1st." I believe they'll be carrying art, ice cream, and other gift items.
All kinds of stuff. And it is a nonprofit that's running the organization.
Oh, it is. Okay.
They're providing a outlet for a lot of the people who are to sell their wares are also involved with some organizations over in Africa and everything else. And parts of this proceeds will go to fund, I believe, some of the micro investment grants and things like that over in Africa.
So that grand opening is going to be held on May 1st in Angels Camp.
Yeah, we met one of the principals of it in the chamber office yesterday.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready to? Do I still have more time to talk or not?
You got. Let's see.
Ready to shop? Are you ready to shop? In 2 weeks, which I love to do, but I don't get to do anymore, unfortunately.
No, yeah, we're always busy.
And
We have 10 seconds.
That's not all it is. In 2 weeks, the Angels Camp Business Association will present their annual Spring Fling Sidewalk Sale in downtown Angels Camp, Saturday the 19th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
We're gone. We're off on there. So anyway, if you're watching on the
Thanks.
web, we'll finish up here. Good night, and
Good
we
night.
appreciate
Thank
you
you.
stopping by, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yes, thank
Good
you.
night. And we have a special one for you tomorrow night. Should be fun.
Oh, yeah.